Good day, Jamie. And welcome to your dang, that music in the background messed me up. I was so smooth. I was ready. Welcome to your reading. So we are getting into your future self. We are going to log into a fast forward just to give you a preview, something that you can check back in on time and time again. I was gonna say to make sure you're lining up with the right timeline, but this is your favorite self. I mean, your future. It might be your favorite self if slip ups mean anything, but you are meeting with the version of you that is connected to this timeline. Based upon what you're doing now, what you're manifesting for yourself, and what you're building towards, this is the version of you that you get to meet going this path. Lovely. So I'm gonna start with. Oh no, I'm gonna actually surprise myself and start with, how do you feel? Our music keeps stopping. I'm listening to a frequency from the Crystal Wave Shop. I like to use frequency healing, which is actually uh, pretty much syncing your human. You know how when you pair something, you have to make sure the waves are on the same, like, right? So when you sit with a crystal wave or any of these frequency vibration things for a certain amount of time, you start syncing at that vibration. The longer you sit with it, the longer you are synced with it. So sometimes it's good to sleep with them. I like to put them on during these videos just based upon where I'm guided for whatever the client I am working for needs to listen to. So in this case, this is you are bigger than the galaxy. Nothing can harm you. That's what I got led to. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. Never had that one before. So let's see how you feel where you're at. And can I tell what time, where you're at? Maybe spice it up. I want to move my cards over, but I kind of have a fear because my cord is going across here. And I don't want to like delete the video and stop recording. That would make me rage quit. I'm getting you this video today. So, time cards. That would have been horrible if I just collapsed my chair. I've been sitting there for a while, so I'm like, maybe my legs just feel numb, and it's not the chair. I mean, I'm being dramatic. So, when are we fast forwarding to in Jamie's life? When are we fast forwarding to in this? Drum roll, please. Next year looks promising. Then the number 45 is on the top. Don't know if there's anything significant there. You'll get signs about it by the end of the week. Well, that's exciting. Okay, come through, Simon Deck. Either I got better at reading them. Oh, the answer just came through. I started syncing with them. I was using them raw doggedly when I first got it. They take a while to lock onto your vibration for them to actually work right. That's wonderful. So, sometime next year, this will be you. Let's see how you feel. Isn't that great? I had one reading. I told her it was like 2.5 years out because I was looking at like transits too. And she was like, no, that's so long. So, how does Jamie feel at this time in her life? How does future Jamie feel? Ooh. Okay, so there's a lot going on in your life, and that's a wonderful thing. There are highs and lows, but it's like you're appreciating everything that comes along. Like, what is this lesson? It's like you're getting the hang of the waves. So, whatever job you align yourself with, you will love it. It looks like there's a fire that is getting reignited. Maybe something that's your personal passion that starts bringing you money could be the case. But you are focused on your paper, on your money, paper chasing at this time. You're not in the space to want to date. I'm getting, you're dating money. Because at this point, you are going through a rebirth, right? There is some sadness, of course, that had to be worked through. And I just started getting this wave today. When a timeline dies, or when a future that you were inventing dies, like say for instance, you were in love with somebody and y'all had a plan for your lives and y'all looked out 50, 60 years into the future. And y'all said, we're going to have a farm, we're going to do A, B, C, and D, right? And then 5 years into the relationship, there's no way to say that you can't do anything, right? You guys had already built a bridge towards that future. So, in order to get the life that you want now, since you no longer are interested in that karmic cycle, that has to fall away. That's what this death and sadness feels like. Maybe something that you were planning for next year, or somewhere that you guys thought you would have been. Maybe a significant anniversary is going to pass by. Oh my goodness. Why is that bothering me? I have ADD. I'm so sorry, but I keep looking at that like, get over there. Look, I made Zeus mad. You heard the thunder out there? So that's the next part you need to know about. You're still happy. Even though there are times when you're like, oh, hell, I was supposed to do this, or I would have been there right now doing such and such, or I missed out on blank because I spent so much of my life here. Those moments are going to come up sometimes, but this about your decision is going to stay there. But that's the reason why you're not dating this time next year. You're really invested. And it's that abundance. So it's not even just money, although money is the gateway drug, should I say, to you being able to do what you want to do for yourself. In my mind just now, I saw a woman, I'm going to guess it's you. Her hair was in a ponytail. And she was walking up like it wasn't a regular hill. This was sort of hike-ish. Backpacking, maybe? But it's like some new doors open for some new parts of you to come in. That's what that death energy is. Death and rebirth. It's like you have to take a trip to refine yourself, to recalibrate, to really like get it all out one good time. But your zest for life and your general happiness about the fact that the wheels are moving again is the thing that's keeping you afloat. It's keeping you from being depressed or anything. When a wave hits you, you feel it at that moment, but that moment is just a moment. It's not your state of being. It's not your existence, because every day, future Jamie wakes up ready for whatever the world is going to rain on her, whether it's money, whether it's an opportunity, because there is a social life that I feel here, a buzzing of things to do. So, who is future Jamie? What is she doing right now? These are my archetype cards, so it's like characteristics. Transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. I'm drawn to the magician part of it. It says trickster, but I'm drawn to the magic part. I did just say you were going to ride with the waves. That could be a part of that alchemy thing. I just made a post about that being triggered in everybody's charts. All your stuff is going to come up, but it's a test of the alchemist. I just watched a video on the book. I was like, I'm not gonna read this book. Not this one. That's not my genre. But it seemed like it was a lovely book. There was a great message in it. And that's sort of what I'm getting off of this. That's all I needed was the Cliff Notes version to store in here so that I can refer to it when I'm doing this reading. That was not my cup of tea. But you might want to watch one of them Cliff Note videos on YouTube like I did, so you can see what the story is if you're not familiar. It's The Alchemist by Pedro Pablo. One of them. Okay, so transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Staying in your magic, hopping around your magic. The next card, magical child. Because the more you release, the more energy you have to lean towards the light. That really was the thunder. It says, seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. And it is, because our power is in our mind. And I believe that based upon this, just that being two magical energies of you like finally understanding the power of your mind and applying some of the stuff we talked about. Did we do a gifts reading? I think I talked to you about your gifts when we were doing a one-on-one. But that's the basis of this. Like you're having so much fun. Let me keep reiterating that. So you know, although I do feel like if I had told you that your life was all rainbows and butterflies, you would have been like, especially when I say a year from now. Nah, but there's something like you needed to know about the storm that you're currently going through. You needed to know when it was over. Like you needed to know you were almost there. Because I don't choose the time for these future self readings. It's like your higher self tells me which time you need to know about. Because baby, you're blessed. God just couldn't bless you like you wanted to at the place you were. You had to go somewhere where you could shine. And this is shine. You know how when somebody gets into a career or when they're like a young intern or they're just starting off doing something that they're really passionate about and they call it like hunger, like that person hungry, they're gonna do a great job. That's this. That's you shining. That's you going after what you want with the confidence needed to step into your new role. Your new role, detective. But it says great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. Maybe that's why you'll be hiking. This is a year of, or a time of great psychology, like you being into psychology, introspection, unraveling your own web of self. Okay, so let's see how you're making some money during this time. I'm going to use my money manifestation one for this, since that seems to be a big theme here. And love is like you don't even, not yet, is the energy that you gave there. So, how is Jamie earning this future time on at this future self? There's some unexpected money that comes in. Okay. And it says make sure that you or because this is a future one, because you made sure that you dealt with things ahead of time, you prepared for any unexpected things that might come up. Because there are some financial like turbulence energy, like is what I'm feeling. Some ups and downs as you're reaching your right. So moving in silence while you continue to build. And I have to show you this because he kind of sexy. Like you might have needed that. I know you don't want to do love or nothing, but you can appreciate a face, right? So move in silence. Whatever you're doing, this sounds like something entrepreneurial, right? Move in silence while you continue to build. Silence is the best way to increase your personal power. Sharing too much too soon. Not everyone is honest or trustworthy. So your circle is still getting cleared out. You are still going through a transition. So, I know we talked about stuff, but I'm like, this is like when you break up with somebody, you have to decide who gets to keep the friends, like that stuff. Not as much, not so much like the kids and all that, but it's like who keeps the friends? Oh, what about this? This used to be our favorite restaurant. Like I'm not going there no more. I don't want to give that up, like that sort of thing. So, not knowing who you could trust when you were stepping into your new energy starts to make you cut off a lot of people that you thought were like for you. You're going to be vibrating with a new crowd. The next card, gossip. And it says, people are talking about you and what you're doing. Minimize drama and take personal responsibility to act with integrity. Because otherwise, your personal drama would have gotten in the way of your work. That's lovely how that came together quick, right? So you are manifesting a strong, successful partnership. Consider having a partner who can bring the experience you lack. Some of your relationships may be holding you back from success. Well, future you is moving towards something entrepreneurial, Maybe you find an investor. Maybe you find somebody who is interested in what you're doing and wants to like link up with you. Maybe somebody gives you a spot in their shop. I'm not sure exactly what that gig is because this is so spiritually heavy. It might be a spiritual gig. It could be something that you do spiritually, like going to the retreat or the backpacking, like I saw. And that changes the whole way your mind works and opens your flow to abundance. So you start earning more. Your life just ends up better. But I guess that's that divine child thing where I said, God can't give you some of the stuff he wants to give you because you were in that situation, but it's going to come pouring in after you make some room. So what does Jamie's future self want her to know? What does Jamie's future self want her to know? Choice. You're being asked to make a choice that you've been struggling with. It's time to decide which path you're going to take. Listen to your intuition. Eliminate everyone else's input. Ooh, that's not happy. And feel your way into the right choice that is right for you. The time is now. So the decision you make now, based upon what you've been thinking already, leads you to this path where you're happy and you're building your own stuff. You're about to start some new financial endeavors. You have a nice place. I don't know if that's important to you, but that popped in my head. You have a nice place. It's what you want because it's yours. You're starting to feel like yourself again, but nothing like the one you were before, but it feels more you than it's ever been. That's the message. So grounding. You're being asked to ground yourself. You've been spending too much time in your head, and it's time to pay attention to your body and to the earth. Go outside and plant your feet on the ground and enjoy the centering feeling that it brings. Go plant some sand. That's always a great one too. Pause. You're being asked to pause before making a decision and moving forward. Allow yourself to step back and look at all the possible outcomes and make sure you're heading in the right direction before moving forward. So, yes, checkpoint. Oh, I heard something go off. Hold on. You told me to go over there. I'm like, no, it's in my phone. So, fresh start. I need you to see this one. This is like the seed is growing. That's like we did it. I'm over here. Oh, everything you've been thinking about, I made it out. This is the result. Something realistic, something that you can ground in your mind. I didn't tell you you're about to be in a 5-bedroom mansion or anything crazy. I told you you're going to be free. And I think that's what you needed to hear. So, fresh start. You're being given the opportunity to begin anew. Allow yourself to embrace this new life and open up fully to the gift that you've been given. Because you are bigger than the galaxy and nothing can harm you and you're magical. So even when something tries to harm you, just light a white candle. It's protection. Send their energy back to them. They can't stand the light. And baby, you got the light behind you. You have a good